Hello there, how are you and your teaching going? Welcome to our mini lecture on the cultural conceptualizations of the New Year event in English textbooks. This video is brought to you by the University of Languages and International Studies. Before we go into the details of this lesson, let us recall the main points of the lecture on the cultural conceptualizations of Vietnamese state, which is also a mini lecture of this module. Based on the ethnographic survey and analysis in her study in 2016, Dr. Dinh Ngọc Thủy has found out four main cultural conceptualizations of the Vietnamese state event. They are Tết as reunion and reason for gathering, Tết as a joyful event, Tết as rebirth of nature in human relationships, and Tết as an event for hope. These conceptualizations are evident in daily activities, literature and folklore, and other cultural products of the Vietnamese people. Although these conceptualizations are shared interpretations about the Tết event, they may be practiced differently in different regions or different cultural groups across Vietnam. In this lesson, we'll see how these conceptualizations are represented in Unit 6 in the textbook English for Grade 6, composed by Professor Hoàng Văn Vân and his colleagues in 2012. Moreover, not only Vietnamese state is described in this unit, but also New Year celebrations of other countries are mentioned. Therefore, we'll see to what extent those countries share the above conceptualizations with the Vietnamese people. Let's get started. So, we are going to look at the conceptualizations that may be represented in Unit 6 of English 6, namely New Year Festival as reunion and reason for family and social gathering, New Year Festival as a joyful event, and New Year Festival as an event for hope. All components of a unit in a textbook, including texts, visual illustrations, and tasks will be examined. First of all, this unit represents New Year Festival around the world, especially in Vietnam, as a family reunion and social gathering. As we know from the lecture on cultural conceptualizations, according to Professor Sharifian, discourse is a vehicle for the representation of cultural conceptualizations. In this unit, the kid characters mention and emphasize family reunion and social gatherings in New Year Festival around the world. For example, when asked whether Vietnamese people travel during Tết, Hoang answers, Tết is a time for family gatherings. This idea is repeated once more in Task 4 of Looking Back section, which is Hoang thinks that children in Vietnam should visit their grandparents at Tết. Another text that also shares this cultural conceptualization of New Year Festival as reunion and gathering is taken from Skills 1 section. Exercise 1, as Ruth from the USA says, I often go to Times Square with my parents to welcome the new year. Wu and his family from China also dress beautifully and go to the main room, bow and say wishes to his grandparents who are sitting on the sofa. The conceptualization of New Year Festival as family reunion and social gatherings is also highlighted in the follow-up activities of each session and the images that go with the tasks. Another important cultural conceptualization found in this unit is New Year Festival as a joyful event. This can be observed in the visual, which uses colors representing joy and energy throughout the unit. especially yellow and red pink of flowers and clothes, green of trees and bánh and colorful costumes of festivals around the world. The vibrancy of the event is also described in the sentences about how people prepare for and celebrate the festival. Fong introduces to the host of the TV program that Tết is the busiest time of the year, and eating great food and getting lucky money are the best things about Tết. In his letter to Tom on page 62, Fong also describes his family's typical preparation activities for Tết, which include repainting house, going shopping, buying red envelopes and new clothes, cooking bánh. And more importantly, Fong can't wait to do those things, which demonstrates how excited he is about the event. In other parts of the world, Rus and Wu also celebrate the New Year festival as a time of joy. At Times Square in New York, on the New Year Eve, everybody is cheering and singing happily when the colorful fireworks light up the sky. In China, people dress up beautifully and go out, having a day full of fun, good food, and laughter on the first day of the holiday. Finally, the visuals and the text also reveal information about the cultural conceptualization of New Year Festival as an event for hope, through the description of the activities people carry out in the hope of good luck. Cleaning and decorating the house, buying flowers and plants, and getting lucky money are among the most significant in the Vietnamese culture. The interesting thing about this conceptualization is that it reflects people's cultural beliefs about luck at the beginning of the year. Therefore, amazing rituals and beliefs are practiced in Vietnam and other countries. If you don't want to have bad luck in the new year, during the festival, you better behave well, plant more trees, and better not break things or fight with anyone. Even food and animals are also the representations of luck in the Vietnamese culture. For example, rice for wealth, red fruit for happiness, dogs barking for money versus cats meowing for poverty, and shrimp's backward movement for failure. Other cultures than the Viet culture also carry out various interesting rituals to wish for good luck, including honoring the gods of the house by the Hmong people in the north of Vietnam, throwing water over people for loss of rain in the new year by the Thai in Thailand, ringing bells 108 times in Japanese temples, and expecting the first footer to the Scottish house. So, Unit 6 in the English textbook for Grade 6, composed by Professor Hoàng Văn Vinh and colleagues in 2012, presents three main cultural conceptualizations of the New Year Festival in Vietnam and around the world. These include New Year Festival as family reunion and social gatherings, New Year Festival as a joyful event, and New Year Festival as an event for hope. Vietnam and other cultures share similar cultural conceptualizations, but there are also differences between them, which should be mentioned when we teach our students in the lesson. If you and your students are currently using the textbook series published in 2006, the same contents can be found in Unit 8 of the English textbook for Grade 11. The same analysis of cultural conceptualizations of Tết can be applied to this lesson. The visuals and the text of this unit also reveal information about the cultural conceptualization of New Year Festival as the reinforcement of human relationships, This conceptualization is closely linked to the care, respect, gratitude, and passion of individuals for each other through visits before and during the festival. It can be observed in the practices of offering gifts and visiting family or friends, people trying to be nice and provide to each other, giving each other positive comments and good wishes. Now, I would like you to watch an extract of an English lesson on reading skills in a Vietnamese classroom of English.
The next task of the reading. In task 2 before reading, I'd like you to predict whether the statements are true or false. Understand? Yes. Predict whether the statements are true or false. Now the whole class, look at this and tell me. Now the first one, do you think it is true or false? Now the first one, Huy?
I think it's false.
You think it's false. Alright. Now, Quang Huy said number 1 is false. What about number 2? What about number 2? Now Chung, please.
Number 2, I think it's false.
You think it's false. What about you? What about other people? You think it's true or false? Chung? You think it's true.
I think it's true.
Alright, thank you so much. So for number 2, there are different ideas, true and false. What about number 3? What about number 3? Now, Chang, please.
I think it's true.
You think it's true. How about you, Trần Hoàng? You think it's?
I think it's true.
You think it's true. Alright, thank you so much. Number 3, true. What about number 4? Now, number 4, Chang, please.
I think it's false.
You think it's false. What about Lê Quỳnh? What do you think about number 4?
I think it's true.
You think it's true. So there are different ideas for number 4, true and false. Now, number 5. Hoa, please.
I think it's false.
You think it's false. Any different idea? Thành? You think it's true. Alright, thank you so much. And the last sentence, number 6. The last sentence, number 6, Vân Anh?
I think it's true.
You think it's true. Alright. Read the text again and find the information to prove your idea. I give you 3 minutes. Now the whole class, have you finished?
Yes.
Alright, thank you so much. Now, let's check for number 1. Number 1, please. Is it true or false? Ngọc Anh, please.
Number 2 is false.
Sorry, number 1? Number 1 is false. Can you tell me why?
Because in the passage test falls sometime between 19 January and 20 February.
Do you agree? So, we have got number 1 is false. Number 2, please. Number 2, is it true or false? Trần Hoàng.
Number 2 is false.
Alright, tell me why. Number 2.
Let's say that marks the start of the new year only for agrarian people.
Only for
Agrarian people.
agrarian people. Alright, thank you so much. Do you agree?
Yes.
Right, thank you. Number 3. In the past, Tet used to be longer than it is nowadays. Now, Hoa, please. You think it is true? In which line and which paragraph?
In the two
Can you read aloud, please? Preparation
and celebration used to be a spirit of a month, but nowadays the holiday is much shorter.
Alright, test preparation and celebration used to be spread over month, but nowadays the holiday is much shorter. So in the past it used to be longer than it is nowadays. Right, thank you so much. Stop please. Number four, according to the text, lucky money is given to everyone a text. True or false? Lan, how about you? You think it's false? How about other people? Agree?
Yes.
So number 4 is false. They are given to children in the text. Alright, thank you so much. So, what about number 5? Number 5. Now, Hằng.
I think number 5 is true.
Number 5 is true. In which line and which paragraph? Can you read aloud?
In the text, the comfort tree, which is a bright deep orange fruit, is popular throughout the country.
Alright, so the comfort tree with its bright deep orange fruit is popular throughout the country. Thank you so much. And the last, number 6. People try to be nice and polite to each other because they want to have good luck on the New Year's Day. Now, it is true or false? Quang Huy, how about you?
I think it's true.
You think it's true. Can you find the information in the text to prove your idea?
The station is
Alright, thank you so much. Have you got the same idea? Have you got the same idea? It is true? Alright, any different idea? Any different idea? No one? Now, Trần Hoàng.
Number 6 is false.
You think number 6 is false? Why? Can you tell me and your friends?
People believe that what they do on the first day of the year will influence their luck during the whole year.
Alright, so people believe that what they do on the first day of the year will influence their luck during the whole year, not only on the New Year's Day. So number 6 is false. Alright, thank you so much.
The topic was State Holiday in Unit 8 of the English textbook for grade 11 by Hoàng Văn Vân, published in 2006. In summary, the reading session was composed of 3 parts, namely before you read, while you read, and after you read. The extract you are going to watch is a while you read stage, focusing on task 2 and task 3, which are true or false statements and short answer questions respectively. While you watch, please notice how the teacher managed to guide her student to explore the cultural contents in the textbook. Alright, I guess this is traditionally how most of us would carry out this lesson, which guarantees that we manage to instruct our students to fulfill the required learning tasks in the allowed time frame. However, another way that might help the lesson become more meaningful is to integrate the cultural conceptualizations of state into our teaching contents and activities. With such lessons like this, cultural conceptualizations can play the role of the backbone of the lesson, connecting texts with visual illustrations and learning tasks, making the lesson more coherent and cohesive. I hope you had a good time through this lesson and find it helpful. It's time to say goodbye and thank you for watching.